Here's my preview of the number 23 Baylor women's basketball game at number 21 Kansas. Kansas is 12-1 on the year, and the only loss they have is to unranked Nebraska in triple overtime, which the final score of that game was, it was 85-79. Like I said, Kansas only has one loss on the year. That's just them. They're 12-1 on the year. Baylor's 11-3 on the year, and they're coming off of a win on the road against number 17 Oklahoma in Norman. So, what are some players to keep an eye on for Kansas? And I'm going to put the stats in the description below so y'all can see it. Tiana Jackson, number 1, 6'6" center. That's a senior. 15.8 points per game. 34 for 49 on free throws. 12.6 rebounds per game. 3.2 fouls per game. 2.2 turnovers per game. 2.7 blocks per game. 1.5 steals per game. Zakia Franklin, number 15, 5'8" guard. That's a senior. 15.5 points per game. 13 for 28 on threes. 38 for 45 on free throws, 3.5 rebounds per game, 1.4 fouls per game, 3.1 assists per game, 2.5 turnovers per game, and 1 steal per game. Holly Jeter, or something like that, number 13, 5'11" guard, that's a senior, 15.4 points per game, 25 for 82 on threes, 32 for 40 on free throws, 6.3 rebounds per game, 1 foul per game, 2 assists per game, 2 turnovers per game, 2.3 steals per game. Wyatt Mayberry, number 0, 5'7" guard, as a junior, 9.1 points per game, 8 for 40 on threes, 24 for 29 on free throws, 3.2 rebounds per game, 2.6 assists per game, 2.2 turnovers per game, 1.4 fouls per game, 2 fouls per game. Yeah. Chandler Prater, number 25, 5'11" guard, as a junior, 8.7 points per game, 3 for 10 on threes, 38 for 46 on free throws, 5.3 rebounds per game, 2.7 fouls per game, 2.3 assists per game, 2.1 turnovers per game, 1 block per game, 1.8 steals per game. Iona Chacholianti, or something like that. I apologize if I butchered that last name. Number 10, 6'3" forward, that's a junior, 10.6 points per game, 1 for 5 on threes, 16 for 17 on free throws, 6.3 rebounds per game, 2.6 turnovers per game, 0.6 steals per game, 0.6 blocks per game, 1.8 fouls per game. And I realize the last few games this player I'm about to mention has not played, and that's Mia Vukshik, number 4, 6-foot guard, that's his junior, 4.3 points per game, 10 for 32 on threes, and no free throws attempted. Senna Strong, number 11, 6-foot guard, that's a sophomore, 3.4 points per game, 10 for 31 on threes, 10 for 17 on free throws, 1.2 turnovers per game, 0.9 fouls per game. Nadira Altayeb, number 33, 6'4" center, that's a junior, 1.6 points per game, 1 for 1 on free throws, 2.8 rebounds per game, 0.8 turnovers per game, 1.5 fouls per game. Now, the last player we're going to mention, because everyone else is 1 point or less, Zofia Telegdb, Telegdby, something like that. I apologize if I butchered that last name. Number 23, 6'3" forward, that's a freshman. 1.2 points per game, 1 for 4 on 3-pointers, 3 for 4 on free throws. I'll have to adjust that on my own, but on what I typed so far, on that one thing. And 0.8 fouls per game. So, going into this game, Baylor, you have nothing to lose. You are probably not expected to beat Oklahoma and Oklahoma. Yes, I know it did say Baylor by 1.5 points, but in terms of ranking, you are not expected to win, probably. And remember, Oklahoma, of course, preseason polls don't matter, but Oklahoma was picked in front of you. So, like I said, you have nothing to lose. You can play with house money in this game. First of all. You have no pressure on you. Kansas does. They try to protect home court. I mean, at worst, you're going to split this week 1-1 and start 2-1 in conference, which is a pretty good start. Though, granted, of course, 3-0 is the goal. But I'm just saying that as an observation. Obviously, defensively, you need to not make them as efficient as possible and don't let them get to the free throw line as much. You got to rebound the ball too, force turnovers, limit the fast break points, second chance points, points in the paint. So yeah, and don't let them get any clean looks, period, and disrupt their rhythm and make them fade away on shots that they're not used to doing. Fadeaways on. I mean, that's the truth in this game here. Now, offensively, take care of the ball. You got to get good shots. I mean, and penetrate as well. And I know they do have some height on their team too. So, but you got to adjust that on the fly. And of course, same thing goes on defense. You got to make adjustments during the game. You got to take care of the ball and get some second chance points, fast break points, points in the paint, like through penetration. And with that penetration, you could kick out for 3-pointers as well. And it would be, and I know Jan Van Geinbeek didn't play last game. I don't know if she's going to play in this game or not, but hopefully she's better from that illness, I would think, because she was not even on the bench last game. It would be helpful immensely if Sarah Andrews stepped up. Obviously, Caitlin Bickle, too. Jamie Asbury, Jaden Owens, Bella Fauntleroy. I know Bella is not a starter, but it would be huge because of her shooting ability. And I know Dariana LePage-Bucks needs to step up as well. Well, at least in the rebounding department and defense. As well as potentially scoring. You got to finish around the rim better. Kendra needs to do the same thing on finishing around the rim better. Last game, play good defense and rebound the ball. Erica Porter, whatever she did last game, do it again. Except minus the fouling. Of course, you got to limit foul trouble across the board. I mean, and this is a team that not crushed Arizona's soul by 27 points. Remember that. But I'm not saying transitive property occurs. I'm not. Because it never occurs in sports. This is why we play the game. So, and then like I said before, you don't have any pressure on you. Because you are probably going to this week, it was going to be challenging. With number 17 Oklahoma on the road. And number 21 Kansas on the road. You got one of those wins. But it's time to steal this game right here against Kansas. Because if you get this win, there is no shadow of a doubt that you'll be a top 20 team again. But regardless, you should be in the top 25 with that win over number 17 Oklahoma. If we're being completely honest here. But let's not just focus on the rankings perspective, but Big 12 perspective. It's a time and a place to get a road win in conference against a quality opponent. I mean, I will also say if Jana gets to play, she needs to step up as well. So, So basically, do what kind of you like did last game in terms of scoring, but minus the fouls. That's simple. I mean, it's the truth. I mean, and you gotta out hustle them, and you gotta play stingy defense and pretty sound offensively as well. So, anyways, if you like this content, hit the like and subscribe button. I'd see you guys later. It's going to 500 subscribers. We're on the road to it. Let's go.